Shalom, welcome to this next segment of Pillows on Prayer. Today we're going to start an interesting area of shemoneh esrie, really the major part of shemoneh esrie, and what we all assume shemoneh esrie to be about, requesting things of God. Before we get into the line-by-line translation, it's important to understand exactly what bakasha is. What does it mean that when we ask God for something? If God is perfect and He doesn't change, it's very hard to imagine that a decree by God, no matter how we understand it as good or bad, can be changed. After all, He's perfect, so whatever He does is perfect. And if whatever God does is perfect, then the decree that we want changed is also perfect. So what's the idea that we ask God for something? Very difficult to understand how it operates. And rather what the idea is that the act of prayer is a mode of perfection in of itself. What do we mean? When I pray to God and I request something, what I am requesting is of utmost importance to me. It's what I'm spending my time and energies on discussing with God. If so, and if I'm asking for the right things, if my priorities in life are straight, then God sees that. God understands that I'm actually perfecting myself in my request. Therefore, I have become a different person. I was once the person that was not perfected, and now I've become the perfected individual. This new me, this new perfected individual who has set forth his priorities straight for the right reasons, now deserves and merits God's grace and God's providence. That's the idea behind making requests, that we request things from God. We request by showing that this is my priority. My priority now is whatever it's going to be, and we're going to go through the 13 blessings of request in shemoneh esrie over the next few weeks. But that's the idea that what I'm saying is, these are the ideas that are important to me. That's the idea of requests. Now, why is it that we start with atachone, and why is the first request knowledge? As we're going to explain, knowledge is the most important thing man can have. Because ultimate knowledge, the real understanding, is aimed at an understanding of God. When we understand the world, whether it's through science, understanding God's creation, or through the metaphysical, through God's Torah, both of those ideas are really understanding the author and the creator of those ideas, that being God Himself. The ultimate idea of man is to understand God, as we've explained before. So the first thing that man requests, the most important thing that should always be the most important thing to man, no matter what situation he finds himself in, is knowledge. Therefore, the first thing we request of God after finishing off the section of praise, after we now have this understanding of God that we've gleaned from in the section of praise, we now move on to requesting the most important thing to all of us, and that's knowledge and understanding, intellectual capability, and analytical ability. That's what we're going to be asking for, as we'll explain tomorrow, as we go line by line in Atachonim La'adam Das. Have a great day. Please join us tomorrow as we continue our translation of shemoneh esrie on a conceptual basis, line by line. We start Atachonim tomorrow. Yet if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me at pillows@bethjacob.org. Shalom.